welcome to another CoinTalk show, and today we will start talking about GHIBLI again. So yesterday, as I was saying, I grabbed some GHIBLI here after a quick scalp here, and then I sold after it broke new all-time highs because I saw the strength, and mainly because the White House actually made a post about GHIBLI and they started posting GHIBLI art. So you had Elon Musk, the White House, and a bunch of celebrities. Everyone in the world is making GHIBLI art. Even on my Insta, people that know nothing about crypto are talking about GHIBLI. And so I thought, you know, this thing has legs to make a new all-time high. It made a new all-time high, corrected, and then it went and made an even higher all-time high at almost 40 million market cap, which was the top. And now we are correcting. So the question is it over for GHIBLI? Well, there's a very high likelihood that it's actually over because Bitcoin is not doing very well. And so it all depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continued to go up, then this trend might have gotten even bigger. But currently, this is a head and shoulders pattern. And so, yeah, it's going down quite a lot. I think a good entry here would be, first we plot a trend line. A good entry would be here on a bounce from 10 million. I think it's possible, but as a quick scalp, and you might make something like 100%, or if you want to get, you know, a quick 50% gains, that's where I would be exiting. I would enter at 10 million, I would exit at around 15, and then maybe possibly 20. And things move very fast in crypto, so in the next hour or two, we could be seeing this massive dip as maybe some whales start unloading, but this is where I would be looking for an entry for a very quick scalp on GHIBLI. And then what happens after this is just up to Bitcoin and the market, which is not looking, as I said, very well, because every single time the market starts pumping, it looks like Trump doesn't want it to pump. Continuing on, we saw GHIBLI, and now here's what happens with a cascading of the Ponzi's in crypto, especially when it comes to meme coins. So we have GHIBLI, then we have 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗙𝗙𝗏, which is at 500k market cap. And then what you have is, I saw one about the Simpsons. Yeah, you have Simpsonification, and then you can imagine where this thing ends. Usually ends with racism, and that's where we're at. And so people made gains, they make a different version of the Ponzi, and then another different version, and it ends with racism. When you start seeing racism, you know the meta is probably over. So I do think GHIBLI here is a bit cooked, and I will be looking for a quick scalp on this trade for a 50%, maybe 100% gains when it bounces here from 10 million. Then we have this coin, which has been trading quite a lot. It's called PIKA. This is an obvious bottom here. This trend line could be showing higher lows. If it forms a low here and lower highs, it could be compressing for a push higher. I don't think this will happen though. I think PIKA is not a good buy. I do think you should avoid this coin as of now. If the market was trending higher, it could be a good trade. Maybe to 4 million, maybe to 3 million, a quick scalp. But right now, I don't think this coin is a good buy. I think this trend of Pikachu is basically over, so stay away from it if you want to trade it, is my opinion. Then we have FARTCOIN. So FARTCOIN, of course, had some resistance here at 600 million. It never got to 700 million, but it did get to 600. This was a good trade if you could scoop it from this bottom. And the next support line will be around 385 million. We start seeing FARTCOIN come here. If by this point Bitcoin starts switching and moving up, this would be a good trade for the second leg for FARTCOIN. If things don't look bullish though, you will be able to buy FARTCOIN much lower, because the next support line will be here at 71 million market cap. And you will see FARTCOIN come down here and then possibly bounce if Bitcoin bounces. But right now, this is the situation for FARTCOIN, and it all depends, like I said, on Bitcoin. We need to see a bullish Bitcoin before we see any of these meme coins do anything, and the degens coming back. Same thing goes for this coin, which is called titcoin. And it has two obvious support lines, one at 3 million and then one at 2.28 million. I think it comes here, maybe bounces in. It could be a good scalp, very quick scalp from 2 million to 3 million to 3.5 million, maybe even. The trend right now is not our friend. I would also avoid these coins. I would wait a day or two. I would wait for Bitcoin to become more bullish and start pumping again. And that's when you start looking for entries on a lot of these coins. This one I would also avoid, but I do think there's a possibility of a bounce right around this 2 million market cap zone. And then similar to GHIBLI, what we see is here with 𝗿𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗏 is another alternative to this titcoin thing, which is just a meme coin around Bitcoin. And so this is what you see. You see a trend form. This one is related to Bitcoin. And then you start seeing other coins and they all go lower and they all start breaking down faster, and it all ends up in some sort of or some form of racism. And that's when you know the trend is kind of like over. I would also avoid this coin and not trade it at all. And it's just a beta to this one. Then when it comes to DRB, well, DRB saw this line, it acted as resistance simply because Bitcoin is going lower. If it broke the resistance, then we could have seen a push to all-time highs and 50 million market cap, but sadly we didn't get that. Now we're gonna test support, and support here is at 10 million market cap. If it holds the support, then this would be a good trade for DRB from support to 20 million market cap, 80 million market cap. On this bounce, you could maybe double your money here, a 2x. And then if Bitcoin flips bullish and it breaks this trend line, then you would get an explosive move. Like I said, it all depends on Bitcoin. Currently, everything's bearish, so you always have to think of how can I scalp these things, get in, get out very fast. And then if the support line doesn't hold, the coin will come here and probably test 3 million market cap. This would be the worst case scenario for something like DRB, which right now I don't think is going to happen. I think it's more likely that we get a bounce from 10 million, 9 million market cap. Let's wait and see what Bitcoin does. Next week, I will be uploading some tutorials on how to use AXIOM and this trackers function, which is very important. You can set up Twitter alerts for your favorite influencers, and you can see if they're talking about some coins, and you can also track their wallets here while they're talking, and you can see what they're buying and selling. I have people like, for example, 𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗏 here tracked, and I can see some of the stuff he's buying and selling. I also have other big influencers in this space, in the trenches and the meme coin space. This is a very useful tool, and you can see exactly what they're thinking and also what they're buying. And you can also see if they're talking about something and dumping at the same time, which is interesting. But this tool is very important on AXIOM. I will be going deeper into some AXIOM tutorials, even stuff like how to create a meme coin in 2025. The most important thing is how to track these people, how to use Twitter alerts, which are very important, so you can have a customized feed for trading meme coins only. For today's show, that's it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next week.